Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? What's going down? Today is Monday. It's Monday, April 21st, 2025. My name is Sonja Marie with Wordlife Astrology, here to give you some astrological information for the week ahead in our transit chart, mixed in with a little bit of spiritual understanding, some downloads that can come through, some human connections and conversations. I invite them all. If you are returning, I appreciate you being here, and share this information if this hits you in any kind of way. If you are new to our channel, to our community, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. For some reason, Spirit brought you here. Waving hello to all the beautiful people on Instagram. I love to see you around. Thank you for sliding on in. I appreciate your presence. Again, if this information hits you and the things that fly through my mouth and are influenced by spirit and my guides, my ancestors, I encourage you to share this with people. You never, ever, ever know what can be said that can help somebody change their perspective, change their life, open up their heart in a way. I have no idea why you can't hear me, Sandrine. Maybe you should turn up your thing. Okay, there you go. How you doing, Nemo? Hope your Easter was great. Everybody else tapped in. Hello, polish my pearl. What up, homie? How you doing? Lydia is here. The chatter is here. Thank you, thank you. Hello, April. Nice to see you. And it was awesome seeing you the other day, sweetie pie. Love seeing your face, and I love seeing how you're glowing and how you're growing nowadays. I'm gonna give y'all a few announcements. What's happening in my world while the people float on in, and then we'll start. Okay. Well, as some of you may know, and I'm gonna do my best to inundate you, so be prepared with a lot of information about what's happening for me this summer. And I was told by somebody who's really, really technical and social media savvy to continue to inundate, because sometimes people don't see what you post on your algorithm. So forgive me if you get tired of my announcements, y'all, but I want to let you know what's going on with a sister. And I really, really, for the first announcement, would encourage you to get on my mailing list. If you are the type of person that would like to hear what's happening, like different performances and poetry readings that I'm doing, and events that I am hosting, I would love for you to get on my mailing list. That means you have to go to my website, which is wordlifeastrology.com. Not world, y'all, but word life, like word up. Word up dot on the ultimate, like word life astrology, okay.com. And then go to the bottom, to the end of any page available, and it'll ask you to send a notice or get on a newsletter, something like that. I do not solicitate a lot of emails, maybe 2 a month. So I just want to keep those that are interested. Really, some people are not. Some people just like these little videos, and that's cool. But if you're interested to know what's happening in my world and the things that I'm tapped into, and to get a little word, because I like to write. I am a writer. And sometimes my writing is different than what I say. So if you'd like to hear some kind of breakdowns, again, subscribe to my newsletter on wordlifeastrology.com, and I'll let you know what's happening. Okay. But right now, let me let you know this. This summer, I'm having a summer residency at the Del Monte Speakeasy, which is right below the Townhouse in Venice, right on 5200 Windward Avenue. I'd love for you to come through June 1st, July 6th, which is the day before my Earth Day, my solar return, my birthday. So July 6th is going to be a good show. And August 10th as well. We have Fanny Franklin lined up for June 1st. And Cody Chestnut is playing with your girl. Really, 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 really good friend of mine on July 6th. I'm predicting that's going to be a really, really good show, not just because it's me and Cody, but it's a celebration. I'll be 55 years young and happy about it. So come on through. I'd appreciate that. All of the pre-sale links are in my link tree, in my bio. So if I was you, I would just splurge on the $12.43 for the gosh darn ticket right now, because the venue only holds about 180 people comfortably, maybe 200 if we pack the joint. But you should get your spot before you roll up in this beautiful Rastafarian brother, I can't think of his name right now, who is the security guard there. He'll be like, no, I'm sorry, you can't get in. It's sold out. So you don't want to get that smile and notice, okay? So go on and get your pre-sale ticket right now for either June 1st, July 6th, or August 10th. If you just want to see a little poetry and come in on a Wednesday night, I'm going to be at the World Stage doing a poetry reading featuring me. Well, every Wednesday at the World Stage, let me not get it twisted. Every Wednesday at the World Stage, they put together a wonderful poetry exposition of varied poets throughout the city. They're featuring me on May 14th. I would love for you to come out. I'm going to throw a flyer up today sometime. It's on Degnan Avenue in Leimert Park. Please come through. That's May 14th. Like I said, Wednesday evening. I think the doors open at 6 or 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. But you'll get some information. You'll see it. I'm trying to think of any other announcements before we go into what we're going into. I know there's something else that I have to say, but I'm gonna let spirit drop it in, and maybe you'll get it in a couple of minutes. I do want to say, before I say hello to all of y'all really officially, name by name, a couple of more people, I want to be transparent with y'all. Today is a heavy day for me. I don't know why, although I did look up my chart a few minutes before I got on here and recognized that Chiron was sextile in the moon right now. My Chiron, which is wounds, is sextile in the moon, which is emotions, which is bringing up a little bit of heavy. But hopefully, because it's a sextile, which means it's harmony, it can help push me through. Today is a really interesting day. So I'd love a favor, everybody. If you can't send me donations, if you can't you feel embarrassed or shy to share this video on your social for whatever reason, please say a prayer for your sister today. Could you do that for me? Could you do that for me? Really, that's a question. Could you just say a nice little prayer, ask light to surround me in whatever ways? Because it's a human day today. And I just want to be able to feel protected in this space while I vulnerably give to you. It's not easy being vulnerable and doing this work that I do, and also going through my own human shit. So I need my community right now. Can y'all help me out? Can you do that for us, sister? I appreciate that thing. All right. What's up again, Lydia? What's going on to Neve Sankofa? I appreciate you, sweet lady. I remember that name attached to that donation that you sent last week. And I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was right on time. Thank you, Neve. I appreciate you for real. ZP, what's happening? Thank you for sending me light. Thank you, D Stokes. I know you got me all day and night with your sweet ass. So sweet. I love you, honey. And Sweet T is here. Speaking of sweet, Angela Purdue, what's happening with you? Thank y'all for being on in here. Again, I'm going to do my best. So be kind, be gentle. Okay. As I share this information with you, what's going down this week. And if I take a couple of pauses, if my words get a little jacked up, again, just know that your girl needs the prayers, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. How was your weekend? Was your weekend dope? Was it cool? How was 420? I mean, Easter. How was Easter? I'm so sorry, and I'm apologizing to the religious folks, or the folks that still love to celebrate Easter. I apologize. I'm not trying to joke on Easter, but they put Easter on 420 this year. I'm just saying. Did you celebrate both? Did you celebrate one over the other? Like, how'd it roll for you? Thank you, music lover soul. I appreciate you. I love you, April. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Send me that extra love. That's what you can send me, girl. That extra love, honey. Okay. So yeah, how was it for you? D Stokes says she played with the children. Oh, hunting plastic eggs. Yeah. I used to love that on social media. Was it today or yesterday? I saw adults having their own. Oh, thank you, Polish My Pearl. I appreciate the donation, honey. Um, I saw adults having their own Easter egg hunt. They was hiding bottles of beer and wine and weed all in somebody's yard. I thought that was a brilliant and funny idea. However, Jesus has risen, if you believe that. And what I believe is that there is some sort of resurrection that's happening. However you define that and translate that is on you. And I respect you for it. Anyway, really hope that you had a great weekend. Now, before we get started, y'all, and again, before I take my time on this, ooh, life is good. Life is good. Life is so good. Before I take my time on this, I want y'all to understand this week is really, really, really inundated by Uranus energy, which makes it really tricky. First and foremost, this is for all the astrology students that really, really want to know, right? And I aim to teach almost always, because if God takes me tomorrow, y'all, at least you can have these videos to refer to, and at least you will begin to learn what astrology is really all about for yourself. Teach a person how to fish. Don't just give them fish, right? So here's me teaching you in a sense, right? With Uranus being aspected several times this week. Okay, pay attention. Uranus, every planet rules a particular energy. Uranus rules Aquarius. So this week is ruled on some level by Aquarius energy. However, here's the snag food. Here's the gosh darn freaking thing in the mix, is that we're in Taurus season. And Taurus energy don't like Aquarius energy. It's a square, as we call it in astrology, 90 degrees away from each other, in which it always presents a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a squeeze, like through the tube of the toothpaste tube, right? It's like it's a little bit of let me figure out how to get through this thing. Now, the thing about Uranus's energy, Aquarius, right? And Taurus energy, where the sun is right now. Happy solar return to all the Taurus folks. I love you. I really, really do. Last week I talked about you, so I won't talk about you too much this week, but happy solar return to you all. That Aquarius energy and that Taurus energy in astrology is what we call fixed. Every sign is either fixed, mutable, or cardinal. And fixed is that stubborn energy, that standoff energy, which can sometimes make a square even more squared, like squared to the second, to the third, to the fourth power. You dig what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Am I a good teacher? Pump me up, even if I'm not. I need it today. But does that make sense? Clearly. I just want to know. So it's very interesting this week. I want y'all to pay attention and be somewhat of a student, even if you're not used to, and pay attention to Uranus's position and how Uranus deals with change, y'all. Uranus deals with rebellion. Uranus deals with resistance. Uranus deals with arrogance. Uranus deals with scattered energy all over the fucking place, right? Uranus is just that kind of thing. In Taurus energy that wants us to be all stable, Uranus wants to go batty this week. So I'm asking you to pay attention to how this scattered energy is going to fall on you. And sometimes, as I said this before, you won't be affected by the things that come through me and or what's happening in the sky. However, maybe the person you lay next to every night will be. Maybe your children will be. Maybe your dog, your cat will be. Maybe your boss or your coworkers, your sister, your brother. You get what I'm saying? They'll be affected, which makes you get affected automatically. Hello to all the people rolling in. What's up, Soul Eunice? Hi, Tiff Tiff. You understand? So pay attention is good for everybody, is the point. Please, 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 please don't be that person. Be like, I'm not listening to this shit. It don't have nothing to do with me. First of all, that's selfish. First of all. Second of all, it always has something to do with you, regardless if it's about you personally or not, because we are one. We are in this thing together. All right? So pay attention, students. I took my time to tell you because I know today doesn't have too many aspects, and I took up that time, right, in which I would talk about the aspects. I talked about what I just talked about. Monday, the moon is in Aquarius. That's why it kind of threw me off that I was feeling a little emotional earlier. I'm like, the moon in Aquarius ain't got shit to do with emotions, Sonja. Why are they flowing in the shower? Y'all knew I was going to say that. Somebody knew I was going to say I was crying in the shower. It's just my thing. It's my therapy. But the moon in Aquarius is not emotional whatsoever. The moon in Aquarius, how we all feel in a general sense today, because that's where the vibration of the moon is today. The moon being emotions, the moon being karmic energy, the moon being in relationships with your mother, with women in your life is the moon. The moon is expression, knee-jerk reaction to things, okay? The moon is in the vibration of Aquarius, which is oftentimes very detached, very know-it-all, very much very arrogant, very rebellious, very resistant when it comes to emotions, right? Very separate. I said detached, but I really want y'all to get that oftentimes people who have the moon in Aquarius, or when we are flanked with moon in Aquarius energy, it's easier for us to kind of, I don't know, what's the words I'm looking for, spirit? It's easier for us to decipher, thank you, to decipher the type of emotions that are happening around us, thus be separate from us, thus be able to handle life in a non-emotional way, in a more of a realistic way. So who's feeling that today? Are you feeling somewhat realistic and less emotional, like crying emotional or angry emotional? Are you feeling like you have to figure it out? Please answer me if you can. If you're not driving, I don't want you to go up a pole, okay? If you're feeling like, I gotta figure this thing out. What's going on in my life? What is making me feel X, Y, and Z? How do I do a thing and ba 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 ba? Does that make sense? Talk to me. So today, with the moon being in Aquarius, is also, like I put in my notes, highlighting the brain, the genius. How are you processing the plan? Ooh, maybe that's where the emotions came from, because, and in processing the plan, sometimes we recognize, God damn, I didn't plan enough. Or God damn, I didn't invite these resources or these references. God damn, when I plan, the moon, planning in an emotional way, like Aquarius would, line by line by line by line. Aquarius is genius like. So have you been planning, following the process in some type of way? I'm going to get to a couple of comments because I love when people are talking. Somebody got their hand up. Oh, D Stokes said I shed a few tears this morning. My auntie's been heavy on my mind. I miss her. I didn't mean to say that. I know she misses you. I was going to say I miss you too. But D, I know she misses you as well. And yes, baby, let those tears flow. I really feel that it's cleansing. It's always cleansing, but I really feel that it's cleansing specifically to get to the brain. Does that make sense? It's whatever tears, whatever emotions we are feeling today is cleansing specifically to get to the brain, to get some clarity of what to do next, to follow the plan. Where are you in your processing? Like I said a few minutes ago. Does that make sense? Tuesday, tomorrow, happy Earth Day, 422. The moon will remain in Aquarius. So we'll feel some more of this. But what happens, understand this about astrology. Today, when the moon is in Aquarius and it has no aspects, right? Meaning like it's not sextiling the Jupiter, it's not squaring Venus, and so on and so forth. Just today, on Monday, there are no aspects. The moon is in Aquarius doing its thing. I explained that somewhat. You can always look it up and get more information. Tomorrow, the moon will stay in Aquarius, but then there'll be other aspects which adds to the day's feeling. Does that make sense, students? Makes me feel good to be a teacher when I'm not feeling so good myself, right? When the aspects are thrown in there, it's almost like a cookie with more chocolate chips in there. And then you got to pay attention to the, the several more chocolate chips that's in there that make that cookie either good or bad or indifferent. Does that make sense, y'all? I hope so. As we go on, that moon in Aquarius tomorrow will trine Jupiter in Gemini. Gosh, golly, dang on willikers. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Because at the very least, whatever emotions that we are feeling or not feeling, whatever emotions that we are pushing back on or resisting, whatever emotions we are being stubborn about, whatever emotions we don't want to feel because we want to stay in our head and make things realistic, whatever emotions that are coming up tomorrow will be met with opportunities. So I like to say to myself and to y'all, because again, I don't know if y'all notice, but I do these things for me too. Girl, God, trust me. Tomorrow, these emotions that we may be feeling today could be met with Jupiter's opportunity, Jupiter's positivity. Jupiter's like, I'm glad you got that shit off yesterday on Monday, because Jupiter's like, because here we go. Here's a plan. Here's an opportunity. Here's a piece of money. Here's an expansion of thought. Here's another thing to do, not necessarily just to be physical, but to be inspired. Another thing to do to be inspired by. You know, Jupiter comes with all the goodness when it definitely is trined and sextile, because that's a harmonic aspect, a harmonic relationship. So when the moon is kissing on Jupiter tomorrow, the plan, the thought, the difference meets the opportunity to expand. I'm praying for that, spirit. You listening to me as I'm listening to you? Listen to me. Bring it on down. Make it rain, cousins. Okay? But this is when the switch up starts as well. Like I said, especially to those that like to take notes, and to all of my village people in here, I love you dearly. I pray for you all day, every day. Trust that. Check this out. Here's the first aspect of Uranus. While the moon tomorrow is trining Jupiter, bringing the opportunities, turning the head around, and Jupiter's in Gemini, remember? So the information will come. Maybe the opportunities will come through an email. Maybe it will come through a phone call. Maybe it will come through some resources, some research that you've been doing for the last couple of months, last year, last few weeks or whatever. And all of a sudden it grows corn. All of a sudden is, oh, okay, this feels good. All right, this proving itself. Its weight is gold. Well, tomorrow at the same time, Uranus, because it's in Taurus, wants to square that moon in Aquarius. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Now, like I explained to you very, very clearly at the beginning of this, that's a stubborn little standoff. The moon in Aquarius is stubborn in its emotions, especially when it's squared, which means I'm just going to stand there and I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be independent. I'm going to feel how I want to feel, because of why? Because I don't want to adapt nor adopt to the changes, Uranus. The switch ups, Uranus. The erratic nature that needs to happen in order for us to find, excuse me for burping, an erratic nature in order for us to find a steady ground. There's a standoff of both of these stubborn natures. Now, Aquarius is a lot more stubborn than Taurus, believe it or not. I say this to people all the time. And I'm going to tell you why, because at least Taurus energy, Uranus and Taurus are changes in Taurus, which is interesting itself, right? Right? Taurus is stubborn for practical reasons, mainly because whatever worked for it before, they believe will continue to work for it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, so to speak, right? The moon in Aquarius, our emotional nature tomorrow will be stubborn in the fact that I just want to be rebellious. I just want to be a rebel. I just want to be difficult right now. I just want to be arrogant. I just want to sit in whatever it is I want to sit in. So they're both looking at each other. The moon and Uranus, you move, you do it, you say it, you change. Is that you and another person? This is a question for you. You don't have to answer if you don't want. But is that you and another person tomorrow? Do you sense that drumming up today? Is that you and another person, or baby, is that you and you? How's that look? Please give me examples and speak among yourself. How does that look? The one stubborn nature, one stubborn, independent nature within you on Tuesday saying, I want to do a thing. I want to do it because I want to be free. I want to do a thing because I want to be different. I want to be unique. I want to be the weirdo that I am. I want to ride around and put my middle finger up to everybody who thinks otherwise. Is it you, part of you, that part of you fighting you, knowing that you still need to change some practical things about you? Like you still need to figure out technology in order for you to get paid. You still need to apologize to some friends that you cut way the fuck off for no fucking reason whatsoever. You still need to say your prayers and love up on your enemies. You still need, you see what I'm saying? You need to do the responsible, practical things that Uranus and Taurus is saying. But that is a little standoff. Is it you on you? Mano y mano, or is it you and somebody else? That's something you could probably figure out sooner or later, or possibly maybe, like I said at the top of this won't even affect you, but guarantee it will affect somebody around you. So how do you help them navigate that space? That's a big one, y'all, because Uranus has been in Taurus for some time, as y'all already know. Y'all already know. And by the way, Squirrel, thank you for the prayers. I feel them already. Something just lifted off my shoulders about 5 minutes ago, and I can cry just feeling it. So thank you. I know about 3, 4, 5 of y'all just prayed within the last 15 minutes. So thank you. I could feel it. Thank you. Okay, but that's a big deal. Is that not a huge deal? Miss P, you in here? What's happening? Lori? Hi, Lori, you new? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you sliding on in here. My name is Sonja Marie. We speak about the transits and astrology that's happening every week. Pull up a chair, sit down. You might hear 1 or 2 curses. I'm from New York, so don't get your panties in a bunch about it, all right? We just real people in here, but we strive to allow ourselves, we strive to receive the information that allows ourselves to reach our highest good almost always. That's what we do. So on Tuesday again, and again, welcome. That moon is fighting that Uranus. Again, Uranus has been in Taurus for some time. And I'm going to sound like a broken record because often I do, because we got to get these things, especially them harsh transits of Uranus and Saturn and Neptune. Uranus being in Taurus has been telling us the things you doing, baby, it ain't working. The cat that you want to save, the one that you want in your life forever and a day because you said I do, it ain't working. Something needs to change. And oftentimes what needs to change is between you and the other person, not just you. So if you're doing the changes the best you can and that other person is not, then the big change is why you still fucking with them. That's an example. Maybe your job situation needs to change. You know, the only way that we can grow together is if we change together. Does that make sense? Now, we can grow apart and still grow. That's absolutely definite. We can do that. But if we're going to grow together, then we have to change, because one person can't change and stay right there and expect that person to relate to you because you're on floor 5 and they on floor 2. And one, by the way, is not better than the other. Don't get it twisted and don't get your ego all up in the bunch right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't start comparing. It ain't worth it. It's just that people change and motivate in different times in their lives, have different courage, have different money, have different resources. You understand, different things happen in their lives. People die. They don't have the mustard, you know. They can't muster up the wherewithal to really change and put that inner work in. Everybody's different. But the bottom line is tomorrow there's a real serious standoff. And I just want to ask the question, are you tired of fighting yourself? That's the real freaking question with Uranus going through what it's going through this week. Keep that in mind as we talk about Uranus and his weird ass switches up this whole week. You want to keep going? On Wednesday, thank you, Lord Jesus, although I don't know if I'm really ready for it, the moon goes into Pisces. I said thank you because I'm a Cancer and I love when the moon goes into Pisces, but I don't want to be emotional about the thing, and Pisces can bring emotions. But Pisces always brings some type of insight too. Pisces always brings some type of opening of that third eye, some type of invitation to be able to, again, this is Wednesday, some type of invitation for you to be able to see beyond the reality, beyond what's in front of your face, to intuit what's really happening for the bigger picture in the light of God. I use this as an example, not to talk about myself, but I think it's a good example to use, and possibly maybe you will adopt this. Again, this is not to big me up, but I think it's worth saying. Even the people that I don't like anymore, who I was friends with for years, or I had alliance with, business alliances for years, I take time almost every day and I pray for them. Or at the very least, if I think about them, I send them light. I have to send them light. Because if I feel like this weird energy that comes up in my body that wants me to curse them or talk shit about them, that's not doing nothing for me. That's not doing anything for me. So regardless if I've known you, if I loved you, if we had a falling out, I'm always praying for you. I say that to say is that that's what that moon in Pisces brings. That's what Pisces brings, period. An ability to go up and above the bullshit, the murky murk. Thank you, Neef. Oh my God, I appreciate you again and again and again. Thank you so very much for the donation. That's so sweet. It's about going above that thing. So as that moon goes into Pisces, I want y'all to start thinking about that, feeling that, because that on Monday and Tuesday, we're in our heads about things and trying to figure out the emotion then. And then we're in that little weird standoff, trying to figure out who's going to win, who's the stubborn partner that's going to win, the independent one or the practical one that needs a little bit more time to develop. You dig? There's a weird standoff, but then when Wednesday comes, it's like, yo, Pisces is here. Pisces has a whole nother vibration. Pisces has a whole nother source of information, a whole nother wealth and serious hosts of people, of entities on the other side, connecting us, allowing us to go above and beyond what the earth is trying to show us. Does this make sense? Hi, TT. What's happening, cuz? Is that, oh, D Stokes? Come on now. This is the Love Fest. We got the Love Fest happening, y'all. Y'all the cutest. Thank you. Thank you, D Stokes. I appreciate the donations. Y'all must be feeling a girl today. Is it because I'm being honest? Is this the prayers? I appreciate you so very much. But do y'all get that? Do y'all what helps me most is that you really get the information. So let me keep on going with that setup. With Pisces moon setup starting on Wednesday, 1 a.m, by the way. So we will absolutely wake up with it, right? That 1 a.m, Pisces energy on the east side of life, by the way, Eastern Standard Time. It says not only go above and beyond the reality, but be forgiving in it, be compassionate in it, be understanding in it, be unconditional in it, be open with it, be vulnerable with it. Oh shit. Now bust it. With that in mind, that moon in Pisces energy in mind. With that in mind, it's hitting up Uranus. Again, second time this week, and we're only on Wednesday. Are y'all feeling me? So when that stubborn standoff happened the day before, here comes Pisces trying to smooth out Uranus. I know you got bullied yesterday. I know you thought that possibly maybe we should be doing X, Y, and Z because you want to be free. You want to be rebellious. You want to show your worth to people. You want to get out there and you want to ask, you're asking these people to see you. You're asking these people to validate what you know. Understand this. If this falls in for you, I need some whys out this mug. I need a couple of yes, y'all. I hear you. You understand? Oh, you over here on YouTube? What up, cuz? Right? Pisces moon is saying to Uranus on Wednesday, I get you. I get you. I know. I know what you mean by that. I know that stubborn standoff may have taken your emotions out a little bit too. May have dampened your fight a little bit as well. Because don't get it twisted, even though Aquarius energy the day before that is rebellious, it doesn't mean it's a fighter. It doesn't mean that it's going to put up some dukes and swing on a motherfucker. Nah, not at all. It's not aggressive. It's just brooding because I know what I know, what I know, what I know. Well, here comes this Pisces moon on Wednesday going, I know you know what you know, boo-boo, but if you don't know that you need to bring God in the mix, if you don't know that you need to bring some forgiveness in the mix, if you don't know when this moon is sextile in Uranus, the only way things can change is by breathing. This is a weird fucking analogy, y'all, but rock with me and don't judge me, okay? Everything has to do with bodily fluids in my mind. I'm joking. But the bottom line is this. Are you going to breathe while you're taking that dump? Or are you going to squeeze it out and get pellets? I'm being disgusting on purpose because I want y'all to really, really see the visual. That's what that moon in Aquarius up against Uranus says. Push. Be stubborn. Get the pellets. I don't give a fuck. I got to get off this toilet. I got to change. I got to do whatever I need to do. When the moon in Pisces sextiles Uranus change, it says, I want you to breathe, baby. And by the way, drink more water today. I need you to breathe and drink more water. I need you to let the shit, all the changes, all the stubborn areas in your life, I need you to let it go. I need you to invite God. I need you to pray about it. I need you to be forgiven and shut your mouth every now and again. This is Wednesday. Does this make sense to y'all? Okay. Void the crazy analogies. I hope you got it. But on Wednesday, here's the cuckoo crazy. The sun in Taurus wants to square up Pluto in Aquarius. So here we go. Aquarius energy and Taurus energy is doing a thing this week. It's doing a weird thing this week. Y'all see that so far, right? All the astrology students especially, but even if you're not a student, you get where I'm coming from, right? So here we have Uranus being prepped by the moon in Pisces on Wednesday going, come on now, drink more water, breathe it through. The change is coming. The dump is going out. It's shaping up. Your belly's getting smaller. Life is looking better. And then the ego, the sun comes in and goes, wait a minute, did I approve of this thing? And if I didn't approve of it, I'm shutting down all power. Pluto. I'm shutting down all transformation. Pluto. I have to assert myself. Hold on, wait a minute. We can change and we can breathe through the dump, but let me get my approval first. You see why I'm grunting? Because we need to get through this change, y'all. However fucking difficult it may seem to be in this moment in time. Now, I am not saying that life is not good for you right now. Life could be absolutely good for you. Life could be changing in ways that's putting all kinds of smiles on your face. But you have to admit from a human standpoint that every now and again, even the most terrific changes are hard as fuck, like the shit in your bowels void of water. Sometimes it's just hard. It's hard to go through these little bit of a changes because why? I need a little bit more money to do the things that you're asking me to do, God. I need to move on the East Coast in order to do the things for you if you want me to do, God. I need at least 4, 5, 6 more new friends, God, for you to do the things I need for you to do for me, God. I need this publishing deal, God. I at least need a soft body to lay next to, God, to make it easier, God. Where's my water? Where's my water so the shit can get soft? Where's my water so the change can happen easily? Well, sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Is this landing? Y'all feeling me? This week is weird like that because it's like we got to breathe through the bowel movement. That's what I should have called this gosh darn thing. Breathing through the bowel movements. Okay, I'm trying to make it through. Thank you, D Stokes. On Thursday, the moon. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me read also what I wrote. It seems like your shine, your ego, with the sun squaring off Pluto, because that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And let me back up one even further. If you're not going through the hard shit and trying to transform, somebody around you is. Pluto is not a slouch. Understand it. Pluto is Scorpio's planet. Pluto is not a freaking slouch out this mug. Okay? And when it does things, it transforms in a drastic kind of way. That's my cuidado moment for you. That's my warning for us all, is that if we're going to stand in our power with these changes that are happening, with these hard changes that are happening, we have to consider our ego. We have to consider the sun. We have to consider the trepidatious movements. We have to consider the plan. We have to consider that there are things that need to fall in alignment in order the transformation to happen. Thank you for adding that, Spirit, because I was going to zoom and go on. That was a good one. Does that make sense? We have to, I got you, Royal. We have to make these practical changes with the sun being in Taurus, even as it goes up against Pluto, squares Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto in Aquarius is like, yo, just change, just be transformative, just be powerful for the people. If not for yourself, just for the people, for humanity, the way things need to go. And then the sun is like, yeah, I want to do that. But damn, if we change and I'm still fucked up and haven't gone through the hard places and my ego is not in check, then this is all for naught. This is all just going to fall apart. Am I making sense? I hope so. Y'all answer me back. And if you have questions, please, please, please put your question up and put a whole bunch of question marks behind it so I can see, because, you know, I don't have my glasses on. Royal, I caught your question marks and it says, do you think we know more of who we were and not so much of who we are? Life keeps changing with the growth that we create. How do we keep up? I think you just said it. Breathe through it, right? So the real question you said is, do we think we know more of who we were and not so much of who we are? That's the question, right? Royal, who we were and who we are is the same person. Now, let me be specific about that, because there may be some instances where that does not apply. I mean, I used to be a hooker on the corner of 42nd Street. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just joking. But the bottom line is that there are some instances that we were not that person, right? And who we are now. However, I'm reading your question in a particular way because I want us all to know the beauty of integration, the beauty of even taking the hooker if I was a prostitute in 10 years, 15 years ago, even taking that experience and situation and adding it to who I am right now. I hope I'm reading your question right and I'm not going down the wrong road. The bottom line is that we are all one and the same with it. And nothing that we have done in the past was for naught. Nothing that we have done have we not had a lesson and or a building of character around that it can assist us right now. And yes, the power in integrating those two forces, hi Ty, the power in integrating those two forces is the breath, is the acknowledgement, is the understanding, especially with the moon in Pisces on Wednesday and then on Thursday, because Pisces brings that forgiveness of self as well. is the forgiveness, is the release of it all, is the acceptance of who we were. Royal, does this make sense? I read it right? Okay, good. Okay, good. But again, there are specific situations that you want to kind of outdate yourself on. Be like, yeah, but what takes something from that though? Take something from that prostitution employment. Sonia, no, I'm just joking. You understand? Staying with the example. Take something from it and involve it, ignite it, mix it up with who you are today. Because we never change. The core of us never really changes, y'all. Ooh, Royal, don't have me going on a whole nother path, girl. All right. So on Thursday, when that moon, and I hope I finished out Wednesday well enough for you. Please ask any questions because I left off on that power thing on Pluto and the sun squaring up. Ask questions if you need. On Thursday, moon staying in Pisces, right? When we wake up, that moon wants to square Jupiter. So it's a possible feeling of the emotions not necessarily understanding. Thank you. I just got it. The emotions in Pisces not understanding what the information is garnering. So when the moon is in Pisces and it has been doing its job for the last 2 days in that way of allowing you to see yourself, allowing you to forgive, allowing you to be unconditional in all these ways. Now it's looking for a reward, the emotions in Pisces, but it hits up against Jupiter and Gemini. And it's like, that's not the reward I needed. That's not the reward I wanted. With this forgiveness and this understanding and this acceptance of myself and the changes that are happening, I'm thinking I'm going to get a nice little hug. I'm thinking somebody's going to save me. I'm thinking that somebody's going to relieve me of this victimhood that I've been holding on to for a while. But instead, on Thursday, it squares up against Jupiter. And Jupiter says, yeah, I'm not hugging you. I'm giving you more information to validate the fact that these changes need to happen. To validate the fact that I'm not here for your emotional concern in this moment, Jupiter is saying. I'm here to give you opportunities via resources and references and support and good conversation because it's in Gemini. Does that make sense? So don't get your emotions, please and very please, on Thursday all up in a bunch when the response, the reflection doesn't come back to you emotionally. People love differently. That has been the biggest lesson for me in the last couple of years, and losing a lot of friends, a lot of situations in my life, is that people love differently. So I say that to say with Gemini, with Jupiter and Gemini has its own job. Its own job is not to be all mushy with the moon in Pisces, to hug, to give you a man, to feed you, to love you right, to comfort you. No, Jupiter and Gemini says, I'll let you find that comfort zone on your own, but I'm going to bring you more resources. I'm going to bring you more to do. I'm going to bring you more to think about. I'm going to bring you more to plan. I'm going to bring you more to be social, to get out there. I'm going to go against your emotions in this way on Thursday and tell you that you have to show up at the company party, that you have to show up at people's birthday party, that you have to show up and give your lightest, your sociable self, because that's how you get the opportunities, even though you feel a particular way. Try to sift through whatever is being given to you and find the golden nuggets within that. Because, right, Sandrine, people do love differently. And you have to understand that as people love and as people give and as people help you through situations, they're going to do it how they need to do it, how they know to do it. If it's selfish, if it's a bunch at one time, it don't even fucking matter. Let people love how they love. Let Jupiter gives how it gives. Does this make sense? On Thursday, too, there's a bunch that's going on Thursday. Y'all ready? Venus, this is a big one. Venus is conjuncting Saturn. They're both in Pisces, right? So Pisces energy is ruling that Thursday afternoon or that Thursday. Venus's worth and value and love as it conjuncts Saturn. What's the lesson you learned about love? Ooh, maybe it's what I just said, that people love differently. What's the lesson you learned about love? What's the fear that's coming up for you about your worth and about your value? What can you get out of that? Now, remember, conjunctions are weird because they sit on top of each other. So on Thursday, you're going to have to vet yourself. If that's the situation, you're going to have to vet yourself to see where these lessons are, because you might not be able to see it. If Saturn is sitting too close to Venus, you'll see the fear first. You'll see the lessons first. You'll see the hard work first. Why am I working so hard to be loved? Why am I working so hard to be seen? Why am I working so hard to get this lesson about my value? Why does it feel like I make money, I spend money, I make money, I spend money, I make money, I spend money? Conjunctions are like that when they sit on top of each other. Sometimes they can cancel each other out. So on Thursday, in asking those questions, you need to separate the two. What were your lessons around love? And then how can you be disciplined about the thing not to make it happen again? How can you put up your boundaries? How can you put up the restrictions? How can you put up your limitations? It's your phone, Sandrine. Can anybody else hear me? I don't know what's going on. You can go out and then come back in. Does everybody else have volume? Please give me a yes, yes, or got you, Sonja. Just want to check on everybody. I think it's just Sandrine, though. So that Venus, thank you, TT. All right. Thank you, ZP. Thank you, Neef, D Stokes. Everybody else is good. Sandrine, go out and come back in. What up, Ron? Thank you, Everyday Royal. Thank you. Thank you, Pie Bit Lover 24. Thank you all, y'all. Y'all got my back today, and I so appreciate that. I need the support. So y'all get that? That's a weird kind of situation on Thursday. Now here's the thing. If you are not bold enough to go inside your vulnerable self, you'll probably miss that. If you don't want to peel back your heart on Thursday to see where your true lessons were about love and to get some egg on your face, so to speak, and go, ooh, that was my bad. I could have called them. Oh, I should have checked on my strong friend. Oh, wow, my value is a lot more. Next time I need to ask them for $5 more. Next time I need to say that my fee is $500 an hour as opposed to $200 an hour. You know, if you separate the two, you can see it. Otherwise, it's going to look like you're fearing your own worth and you're fearing being in love on Thursday. Separate the two so you can get the lesson and move the fuck on. Here's the third aspect on Thursday in regards to Uranus for all the people that take notes and the astrology students in here, the village. The moon is sextiling Uranus. Come on now. The moon is sextiling Uranus. So for the third aspect, Uranus being changed, I'm repeating myself on purpose, rebellion, right? Scattered energy, surprises even. Surprises, right? Surprises. Uranus is about surprises. When it's hitting up against the sextile, surprises happen with Uranus. Okay, so maybe some surprises can come on Thursday. Why? Because that moon in Pisces is hitting Uranus, the third aspect of Uranus. You see how Uranus is doing its due? Uranus this week is telling us to change. It's telling us to be sporadic. It's telling us to stick some type of independence and some rebellion as it does, right? For good reason, to shit that hard ass shit out. And then on Thursday, if and when you were to do that, here's a harmonious aspect to Uranus, to the shit. Here it comes, flying out like oil on your butt. Sonja. I would tell you this much, Squirrel, if I was listening to myself, a chick would be on the floor laughing because my humor is just funny to me. And why I gotta be so gosh darn, I don't know, basic. I don't know what you mean, Sandrine. If you lost me, you got to come back and then come back in, okay? Or talk to me later because I'm your friend. So you always have this information available to you. Um, that is some crazy shit for Thursday because now here comes the shit. Now here comes the thing. That moon in Pisces is now rubbing up nice with Uranus, going, okay, we can change now. Okay, we can welcome in the surprises now. Okay, we can intuit what needs to happen in this moment in time and celebrate the change. Does that make sense? This weird ass road to independence and change this week is not to be messed with. This is a weird week to do that thing. It's time to get rid of it, to get rid of all the things that are blocking you so. Anyway, that moon in Pisces on Thursday is also conjunct in Saturn and it's also conjunct in Venus. So Venus, the moon, and Saturn are all sitting on top of each other on Thursday. Venus, the moon, and Saturn value love and worth. The moon are emotions, and Saturn are stability and hard work and Sonja, fear, right? And the lessons that we need to learn. They're all together, which can be a little weird and a little gnarly because this is what happened with Pisces information. Let me step on into that room real quick. And I'm only talking about it because on Thursday, again, we got a major conjunction. They're sitting all on top of one another. The moon, the moon in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces. Here's the deal. Pisces energy don't like to be blamed for nothing. Pisces energy is that energy that's incredibly passive aggressive. Pisces energy is that energy that will ignite a fire, ignite an argument, and ignite an emotional disturbance, and then back up out the back door and allow other people just to go for broke in the middle of the floor and be like, I didn't do anything. I never said anything. The only thing you said is that this motherfucker said something about this motherfucker. And then you walked out and left the two motherfuckers to fend for themselves. Understand what I'm saying about Pisces energy. It's so shape-shifting. It's so undefined. It's so, to be quite honest with you, not solid in its definition. Again, it's shape-shifting and emotional and it's forgiving, but oftentimes it loses itself. You can't lose yourself when you got purpose. I'm sorry, when you got Venus sitting all on top of Saturn and on top of the emotions telling you, I need you to work hard to prove yourself in who you are. Prove yourself in who you are on Thursday in a way in which is dynamic, intuitive, and spiritual, not passive aggressive, not allowing people to choose who you are for you. That's what Pisces energy does too. While I'm shape-shifting and trying to get along and trying to be in this world, I'll allow you to define me. But if I don't like it, I'm going to talk shit about you. If I don't like it, I'm going to be passive-aggressive and go out the back door. Watch that on Thursday. Watch that on Thursday. Thursday is calling for us to stand on, truly stand on the fortification that you have been building within your spiritual self over the last year or so. Not to back up out the back door, not to be passive aggressive about anything that's being said or being shown or asking you to work hard in order to prove your value and your worth. Passive aggression is not necessary on Thursday. What you need to be is like a breeze, allowing anything to and everything to roll off your back, but you standing 10 toes down in what? In spirit, in light. I may have lost a few of y'all because I do talk astrology on here. I do get into these aspects because I'm a teacher and I want y'all to learn. You understand? Like I said, I'm trying to teach you how to fish. I'm not trying to give you the fish all the goddamn day. That's just not my personality, to be truthful with you, even though I come on here every week. So if I lost you, if I lose you, ask a question. I don't know if Sandrine is on here. She probably gave up and was like, fuck it, I don't get her, because she's French and sometimes she doesn't understand. But she probably understands a whole lot more than what she really thinks. But Sandrine, if you are still really on here, ask the question. Anybody, ask the question. I'm here. You got me. And if I can figure out what that question is, I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Thursday is tricky, y'all. Thursday is really, 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 really tricky. And I don't want you to end up emotional on Thursday about some things you feel like you cannot control. Understand this too, Thursday. We don't control shit. We don't control nothing. Not near, not nothing. I was talking to a stranger the other day at the dog park and we was laughing. I've been meeting some really cool strangers lately, putting myself out there to meet some new friends. But this lady said, we're talking about what's going on right now and the fact that, things are changing. Ooh, Sonja, I just lost it. Oh, I hate when I do that, y'all. Yep, it just went right out the door. It'll come back. I was talking to this lady and what was I saying to her? Oh, I lost it. I don't remember. We was talking about being intuitive, being spiritual, being open, ready to, nope, it's not coming, y'all. Okay, I'm not going to hold on to it too much longer because if it comes back, it comes back. Oh, Royal said, I'm sorry, my question seemed off the beat and beaten path. At the same time, I hope it helps someone. No problem. I thought that was a question at first. Okay, let me go back so I'm not distracted completely. That was a good point that I was trying to make, y'all. Don't worry about it. Thursday is that day to stand in your convictions, 10 toes down in your spiritual beliefs about all the work that you have done thus far, not to be passive aggressive about a thing. Because what's happening in this moment in time is that we are showing up for ourselves. Again, it's hard to transform to be this next person that we are going to be. I think I'm getting to it, y'all. To be this next person that we are going to be. And what I was told the other day, that at least as we're transforming, time is moving quickly. At least as we're moving through this thing, we're figuring out ourselves more and more. The key about figuring out ourselves and the changes that are happening in our universe, even as it moves quickly, is that we have to be not only vulnerable, we have to be honest with ourselves. Too many people are still trying to put the masks on, are still trying to appear to be one way when they are absolutely another way. Too many people are trying to hide the fact that they don't have problems and that their heart is not hurting, or that they are broke and they need some support. You understand what I'm saying? The way in which we go through these hard ass bowel movements and what we are joking about for this week is that we have to admit that the shit is hard. We have to admit that we have to adjust who we are. We have to admit that a little bit of information. Forgive me, IG. I had to turn off the do not disturb. But we have to admit that the things that we are going through. Thank you for subscribing, Mikey. Ooh, please forgive me. I like to pronounce names correctly, and I cannot pronounce yours. So Haj is the last name, correct? And thank you. I appreciate you, and welcome to the village, our online village, that is. In any case, that Pisces energy is doing its best to allow us to ride above the murk. I'm trying to get it to come back, y'all, and it's not, but it's all right. Thursday, just stay in that space, please. Stay in that. Oh, I felt it coming. It may be difficult for those the control. It may be. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The control. See, Spirit's good to me. The control. I was talking to this beautiful stranger the other day, and I said, you know what? We're probably all being duped. We all being duped. There's a bunch of aliens or somebody way above the sky looking over us like they 10,000 feet tall, laughing at our asses. Think about that. We all being duped and controlled. I need y'all to remember on Thursday, especially, and I'm harping on Thursday because it's an emotional day that can throw you the fuck off if you don't realize that you're not in control of the things that are happening. And if there are good surprises or they're seemingly not so good surprises that happen on Thursday because of Pisces shape shifting, because of Pisces need to victimize, because of Pisces way of trying to just reach to God and be peaceful out this motherfucker, that we're not controlling any of that. We are being duped on some level. There's somebody above us. If it's not just spirit going, look at them. Look at them going through what they're going through for no reason whatsoever. If they only did X, Y, and Z, if they only said 1, 2, 3, if they only hugged each other right now, like right now, just hug each other and allow all that bullshit to absolve. Do y'all get that? Sometimes you have to recognize how out of control you are. Sometimes we have to recognize how we are not like doing this thing. I don't know how else to say it but that. And thank you for bringing me back to that, because it was a funny conversation, to be honest with you. We was cracking the fuck up, me and these strangers, going all these problems that are happening, and none of us are in control of this thing. But your ego thinks you are. Your ego thinks you are, because your ego says, once I get finished listening to Sonja, I'm going to call this person and demand my money. Once I get finished doing this, I'm going to go around the corner and demand my neighbor to stop blowing those leaves when I'm on the phone. Once I get finished doing this, X, Y, and Z, I'm going to call my husband. I'm going to call my wife. I'm going to make sure my sons are doing this. We are not in control. We can suggest only. That's my big point. Because somebody up there is in control of it all, looking at us like, these fools, what the hell are they doing? On Friday, to be truthful with you, Friday is my favorite day of this week, as I coined here. Thank you, Ramon. How you doing, sweetie pie face? Friday is my favorite day. Why? Because the moon is conjuncting Neptune, because the moon is trining Mars, because the moon is sextiling Pluto, because the moon is conjuncting Mercury. There's a lot of beautiful aspects. If y'all don't know nothing about aspects, these are angles in the sky. One planet versus another planet, a planet and an asteroid, or two asteroids. It's relations and relationships. Good, seemingly good aspects are trines and sextiles. Seemingly not so good are oppositions and squares. And when we have the not so good, they bring out the underbelly. They bring out the negativity of those energies, of those signs. But when we have conjunctions and trines and sextiles all in one day, when there's no square, 111, y'all. Yay. Thank you, Spirit. When there's no square to be found, it's a harmonious day that allows us to lift up just a little bit. So here comes that moon in Pisces. I'm sorry. Here comes that moon in Pisces, but it's about to go in Aries. No, my bad. The moon on Friday is in Aries. The moon on Friday is in Aries all day long. So that's a whole nother shift. We go from watery moon in Pisces on Thursday. Y'all don't want me to go through that again. It took a long time to go through that, but feeling that thing, if you want to remind yourself, just rewind the recording into, all right, Friday is like, all right, just wake up. Okay, let's get this thing going. Fire signs on deck. You got to love fire for that. You got to love fire for that. Sometimes we don't like its immaturity. Sometimes we don't like its quick impetus, its way of doing things like right now. You know what I mean? But oftentimes that fire energy ignites us. It pushes us out of a situation so we can just get unstuck for a minute. And I'm going to say Friday is that day. Friday is that day to allow the flame to get up underneath your ass and push you where you need to be. Are y'all feeling me? Are y'all with me? You may not know that right now because it is Monday, but I want y'all to come back, watch this. If not this time, or I should say, not only this time, but on Friday or Saturday and Sunday, and see how the week panned out for you. And then leave me a comment, because I love to go back and forth, as a lot like Royal knows and D Stoke knows and Chimpy knows and Roxy knows. I like to go back and forth. ZP might know. I like to go back and forth with my folks. Nia may know. You did come back here. Ramon may know on YouTube, and tell me what you feel, even on Instagram, about this Friday that's coming up, because again, I think it's that needed jolt with the moon being in Aries as it conjuncts Neptune. So look at that. That moon, thank you for the hearts on YouTube. I appreciate you. That moon in Aries says, let's go. Just like Rosalind Renee, what's up, cutie pie? Just like that moon, I was gonna say just like that moon in Aries pushing that Neptune and saying, let's go. Let's go to do what? Let's ignite that imagination. Let's ignite the things you know that are in the ethers, but you gotta pull them through. You gotta have faith in them. All the things that we did this week, and the stubborn standoff that we had, and the willy-nilly Pisces information that was coming in, trying to smooth things over with love and vibrations and all the thing. Friday, it's like, come on. We ain't got time for that now. You gotta respect a little bit of fire that pushes you in your ass and says to Neptune, okay, let's get all the imagination. Let's get all the downloads. Let's get all the information that's coming through. I thought I turned this shit off. Let's get all the information that's coming through. Let me move on that. And why do I say move on that? Because that moon in Aries is trining Mars in Leo. Come on, y'all. Thank you for the heart, sweetie pie. Who's ever on YouTube blowing it up? This may mean something to you then, huh? Come on now. Not only are we intuitive and open to the heavens in a quick, fast Aries. Come on, God, give it to me. I'm here. I'm ready. It's sitting there with Mars going. And when I get it, I'm moving. When I get it, I'm writing a song. When I get it, I'm calling somebody and saying I'm sorry. When I get it, I'm being present. I'm showing up. You know, one of the best things about love is showing the fuck up. Mars in Leo will validate that. Leo energy always shows up. It's in its devotion. Mars in Leo always shows up. Now, some people will say, well, gosh darn, I don't know. Should I show up like this? I don't know how they want me to show up. Leo, don't care. I don't care if you want a pink bow. I don't care if you want a present wrapped. I don't care if you want $10. I don't care if you want a gift certificate. I don't care if you just want a little hug. I figure it out when I get there. When I get there. Hi, Dolores. You finally caught me live. When I get there. Can anybody attest to that? Any Leos out there? It may not look as pretty and presentable as some people would prefer, but that Leo energy says, I'm on my way. Friday, the moon in Aries trines that Mars movement, motivation, sex, initiation, physicality, anger, aggression, assertion. In Leo, show the fuck up. Not just for other people, but for you. That's that get up and go. That's that fire up underneath your belly. That moon in Aries sextiles Pluto on Friday. So not only are you moving, not only did you get the inspiration from Neptune in Aries, but you're also powerful in that thing. Now you're ready to transform on Friday. Excuse me for burping. Now you're ready to push past this big ass dump that you've been holding in all week. Now you're ready to drink more water and be on fire at the same time. Standing in your power, right? But not only that, it ain't over. That moon in Aries is also conjuncting Mercury in Aries on Friday. The moon in Aries is also conjuncting Mercury in Aries on Friday. So not only we have our movement, Mars, to show up, Pluto and Aquarius is like, yeah, and we're going to be powerful with all the things that we know about ourselves and all the people, and ask all the questions and be different and be extreme if we need to be. But I'm showing up and I'm on fire and I'm doing the things for not only myself, but for everyone else in the best way possible, in a responsible way, in a resourceful way. And then also the Mercury says, yeah, and I can figure it out. and I can talk a good game, and I can say the things that's necessary to be said, and I can share the information that needs to be shared in order to lift us all up, including myself, because fire never forgets itself. You know any Aries, any Leo, any Sagittarius that leave themselves out of the equation? Hell motherfucking no. That would be a Pisces and a Virgo and somebody else. Fire sign are always going to include them because they all have some semblance of self-centeredness, for good reason though. Understand that. I know I'm saying a lot, but I pray that you are catching it all. Ask questions, please. Ask questions if you need to. On Saturday, though, that moon is in Aries, and it will sextile Jupiter. Here comes the good feelings again. Here comes the feeling of matching up with the information that's coming in, the opportunities that want to come in. This weekend is going to be like a nice little fiery, get it going, make it happen kind of weekend. I pray, this is my prayer as it just hit me, that we utilize this week to not only feel how different we can be, not only feel how unique we can be, not only feel like, yeah, there's some lessons that I need to learn. There's some other lessons that I should have gotten. And I'm transparently walking into that going, yeah, my bad. Yes, I forgive you. Yes, I forgive myself. That we get to a point on Friday where we do all of that work and that recollection. And on Friday, we're ready to put the fire up underneath us. So Saturday, we can begin to celebrate. So Saturday, we can put the pedal to the metal, because not only is moon and Aries sextile and Jupiter for the opportunities and the positive feelings to come on through the information, through socializing. By the way, Saturday's a good day to kick up with some good friends, right? At the very least, just be out in the world. Mars in Leo is balancing out opposition Pluto. So whatever you do, Mars is bringing you in balance with the power that you've been seeking. It's bringing you in balance with the transformation that needs to happen. It's bringing you in balance with the persuasion that you would benefit from for yourself and for everybody else. When I say persuasion, Pluto is about, comforting you in a way, but bullying you in a way in which you gonna do something. I'm gonna nudge you into this thing. Like grandmama, like, yo, I know you don't want to, baby, but you gonna do it. That's Pluto trying to balance out what you think you doing on Saturday. I should say that differently. Did I confuse anybody? Be honest. Let's talk about it. Mars, movement, motivation, the things that we are doing in Leo, the courageous things, the things that you're just showing up as, the things that you're being determined to complete, is balancing out your power, teaching you certain things you can show up for, certain things will merit rewards, certain things will merit some reactions, certain things won't. So let's balance that thing out and expect for certain things to hit and certain things not to hit. This is on Saturday, y'all. Balance your aggression with your power, the power you think you have. That's what I wrote. I'm almost done with this thing here, y'all, because I'm running out of steam. Doing my best, again, to stay in the light of all that is given in this moment so I can deliver my very best for you, because you deserve that. It's a hard day for me, but it's getting better because I feel your prayers and I love your love.
On Sunday, there's a new moon in Taurus at 3:31 p.m. Yes, I changed my voice because I wanted to get bull-like. That new moon in Taurus, good God.
First of all, I love Taurus energy, by the way. I want none of y'all to talk shit about Taurus people. Yeah, they can be stubborn. They can be a little bit punishing. They got their ways like everybody does. Everybody got their ways, okay? So don't get in the habit of talking shit about signs, y'all, because you got your shit too. Anyway, the moon, new moon in Taurus, ba ba bing, bam, 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 brings new manifestations. You do know that Taurus is the money sign. You do know that Taurus is the value sign. Taurus is that good feeling, kind of tactile feeling, kind of affectionate kind of, sign and energy. It's devoted, it's loyal, it's steadfast, it's trepidatious. What new things are you bringing into your life on Sunday that add to those things? What new things do you want to help you feel more solid and pragmatic in your life? What new things do you want to bring into your life on Sunday, 3:31 p.m., I did say, right, in the eastern side of life? What new things you want to bring into your life that you know you need to manifest? I suggest you look into some type of manifestation meditation and or I'm losing my words. Meditation, affirmations, or of some sort, because that new moon Taurus energy will bring you exactly what it is that you are thinking, exactly where you're vibrating in and on Sunday. Trust that thing. Trust that. All right. Now, as whatever it is that you are praying for is coming on in, it might meet up with two planets that are not in agreement. Because Pluto will be in Aquarius, that new moon energy is going to square off Pluto. That new moon energy in Taurus is going to square off Mars in Leo. So I say this to say is that you got to be on top of those affirmations on Sunday, y'all. Like on the real. It's almost like you got to walk around like a crazy person. I attract money. 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 And then here comes Pluto go, yeah, but that don't make us powerful. Fuck you. I attract money. I attract money. I attract money. I attract money. And then Mars is saying, yeah, but that don't make us like more strong. That don't make us aggressive. That don't make us looking like we showing up. Fuck you. I attract money. I attract money. I attract money. Now listen, I'm not saying Pluto and Mars don't have a position. I'm just saying we can't allow Pluto and Mars, Pluto being destruction and it's getting all crazy, and Mars is anchor. We can't allow them to block your blessings of the new moon coming on in, wanting you to manifest some things. Maybe the challenge is how you move with these new blessings. Maybe the challenge is how you transform with these new blessings. One can't stop the other. You got to do something different to make them benefit you. Does that make sense? Your new moon information and affirmation can be more money. Maybe it's going up against your Pluto because there was one point where you've had a lot of money and you felt powerful. So how about, this is an example, y'all. So how about you think of yourself as being a different type of power when this new money comes in? Not you driving big cars and living in a fancy house, but you being a philanthropist. You donating to Sonja. No, I'm just joking. You donating to your niece as she goes to school, college. You use that power differently. These new moon meditations coming in. Let me get more money, manifestation. Bring it on in. Bring me my value and my worth. How about we move Mars in a way in which we didn't move before? We don't get angry and egotistical about the manifestations that are coming in. We move and we manifest them in a different kind of way. We move and we manifest them in a way that we didn't do before. You understand what I'm saying? We do something different with it, physically different with that money, as opposed to go blowing it off fucking Vegas somewhere. Does that make sense? Come on now, Sonja. I appreciate all the positive aspects of Taurus. I'm on a countdown. My born day is Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Angela Purdue, come on. Happy solar return, Angela. All the Taurus in the space. I hope y'all get that, because even though it may have sounded a little coded in what I talked about, please watch this again. Please watch this again, because again, I'm doing my best to kind of cut through the stuff, through the noise in my own brain and listen to spirit. But at the same time, the messages are there. This week is weird because it's literally forcing us to get the shit out so we can do and show up differently. So many people want to win the lotto, and stay in the hood. So many people want this new love, and abuse them like they did the last. So many people want to go out there and change the world and be known for changing the world and to become an egomaniac and say, I did it. I'm the one that did it. Spirit is saying, evolution is saying, the universe is saying that we can't do it like that anymore. That's not the existence that we live in. When we obtain things, when we move through these hard, tight little spaces, it's asking us to emerge on the other side, a totally different person. Why are you resisting? This week is going to tell you why. Because of the stubborn fixed signs that are standing off, because of Uranus doing its thing with Taurus. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's this thing, there's a part of you, and figure that out. What part of you is still holding on to that old part of yourself? Because if I don't walk in the room with my little bit of frown on my face, they're going to think they're going to take me. If I don't walk in the room, with my bag that costs $1,000, they're going to think I'm poor. People actually think about shit like this. I need to show up looking rich so your perception of me is such. Fuck people's perception. Aren't y'all over that? And I'm just saying, these are examples. What are the things that we need to change on ourselves on a cellular level that you literally have been blocking? Because you don't want to show up and see yourself. You don't want to show up and you don't want to breathe. You don't want to drink that water to take that dump. You're trying to get the fuck up off the toilet bowl. It's a waste of time to expel, is it? Take your time. Watch a show or something in the bathroom. Breathe. Breathe. And let the hard spaces and places do its thing and change you from the inside out. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. Along with the surprises and the opportunities that are coming out of nowhere this week, telling you, no, you need a little bit of this. Don't be resistant. Try to, wait, hold on. Spirit said, I need that. Okay, I'll take it. Maybe trepidatiously. Maybe a little trepidatiously. Okay, I'll take it and I'll tuck it in my bra and I'll keep it here for safekeeping. That's the idea. As opposed to, I don't need that. This ain't helpful in my change. You don't know that. Am I speaking? Ooh, Sonja. Do y'all get me? The changes, the hard changes are happening in ways and people are really reluctant to see. People are really, really reluctant to see because it doesn't make them attractive anymore. It doesn't make them the savior anymore. It doesn't make them the go-to person that's going to help everybody anymore. Maybe that's not your job anymore. Questions, concerns, confusion? Talk to me, please. I'm here for you. I absolutely am. And you can always DM me. Nobody slides in my DMs for some reason. Not even on a romantic level. I know I say that every now and again, but it's kind of funny. I think I got some really, really big ass guides that be stopping people from sliding, talking bullshit to me. So I'll be like, God damn, what am I, chopped liver? Don't nobody want to say how cute I am? That's the Leo in me. Don't pay her no mind. Anyway, I hope you have a question or I hope you understood this, whatever the case may be. We're going to pick a card. And this would be the time to ask a question after I pick this card. I can show y'all what Spirit says the vibration of this week is all about. Y'all ready? Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the opportunity to see each other and see ourselves. Great Spirit, show us exactly what you want us to concentrate on this week so we can be one with you and on the call of all things that are happening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, wow. Something just jumped out. Should I take the card that just jumped on the floor? I'm going to let y'all decide. What y'all think? Should I take the card that just jumped on the floor or pick another card? Say jump for the one on the floor. Say pick for another card. Help me out. I want y'all to decide. Jump. Get the one that jumped. think we should take the jumpers? All right. My family on YouTube is going crazy. Oh, Sandrine said take the jump too. All right. Jump, jump. We're going to take the jump. It jumped for a reason, right, TT? Well, here it is. Hold on. Let me get on the floor and get it. Here it is. Boom. Huh, look at that. I like that. This is a very, very complex card. This is called Past Lives, y'all. This is the one that jumped. Now, I'm going to explain it a little bit before and after I read it. But I want to tell you, don't allow the verbiage in the description I'm about to read to confuse you. The real message behind this thing has everything to do with what we just talked about. And I'm going to tell you why real quick. It's because this has to deal with the cycles that we put ourselves in. Excuse me for burping. The past life cycles. The past life cycles, the cycles that and the conditioning that was passed on to us from our family. This is us going back and forth, like I said, in a stubborn kind of fucking way, going back and forth about the changes that we need to make. Because you know what's pulling us in the past? Our conditionings, our weird ass habits, the things our mothers and our fathers and our grandmothers and our aunties did, the things that you are not even conscious about, that you were so used to doing in your past life, in another existence, that you've come here. If you have a drug appetite, if you have an alcohol appetite, possibly maybe it's not this life that gave you that. Maybe you came back from another space and time ready to finish that thing off. I believe that. I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm just saying there's a case in which you're holding on to what you were, your past life, your literal past life, or the past things that you did in this life that we can sometimes purposely get caught over and over and over and over doing, because it not only makes us comfortable, it keeps us sane. It not only keeps us sane, it allows us to function in this world and feel some sort of safety. Are y'all getting that? But sometimes, if not all the times, we need to move past these regimented, remote kind of habits and ways of being and jump and try to go somewhere else with it. Try our hand in another state. Try our hand with another group of people. Try our hand with y'all see where I'm going, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Is it easy? Hell no. Hell no. I'm here to tell you, it ain't. But you will be left if you don't try. And I say you'll be left by yourself. Yourself will leave yourself because your spirit wants to continue to evolve, and your body will rot away if you don't allow your body to catch up with your own spirit's evolution. Do you get that? That's why we get sick. That's why we get diseases. That's why we get caught taking care of our family in a space and place in which we don't want to be anymore. Does that make sense? Let me read this thing. It's very poetic, y'all. So if you have questions, please ask when I finish it. And again, sometimes it's a little complex, but I think y'all smart enough to understand. Bust this. The hands of existence. Now, I'm going to do my best because I'm on both Instagram and YouTube. I want y'all to really see the picture. It's hard to get both of y'all to see it. But I want y'all to see. First of all, let me do it one at a time. This is Instagram. You see the people in there? And you see this little opening right here? That's like the womb. And that's that cosmic womb that's coming through all the past lives, all the past situations. This is like the womb. And that's the cosmic womb of all the past lives and the past situations, you dig? I wanted to show y'all that because it's a very powerful card. But take what you need to get out of it. Only for you, babies. Only for you, okay? The hands of existence form the shape of a female genitalia, the opening of the cosmic mother. Revealed within are many images, faces from other times. While it might be entertaining to fantasize about famous past lives, it's just a distraction. The real point is to see and understand the karmic patterns of our lives and their roots in an endless, repetitive cycle that traps us in unconscious behavior. Should I say that again? The real point is to see and understand the karmic patterns of our lives and their roots in an endless, repetitive cycle that traps us in conscious behavior. The two rainbow lizards on either side represent knowing and not knowing. They are the guardians of the unconscious, making sure that we are prepared for a vision that might otherwise be shattering. A glimpse into the eternity of our existence is a gift. And understanding the function of karma in our lives is not something that can be grasped at will. Yo, this card, this message is a wake-up call. The events in your life are trying to show you a pattern as ancient as the journey of your own soul. Ashe. This is the moment, this week is the moment we get off the motherfucking pot. This is the moment that we're no longer a victim of our past, of our emotions, of our woe is me. This is the moment that we say thank you to all the things that we went through. We say thank you for all the lessons that we garnered. We say thank you to our ancestors. We say thank you to all of these beautiful people that have gone before us. We say thank you for all the ways in which we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago. When we were shorties, we say thank you to integrate, to understand that we can no longer bring certain habits and patterns into our new existence because evolution is happening with or without you, my friends. With or without you, evolution is moving. It's not waiting for you to make up a decision whether you want to do it or not, whether you got the right shoes on or not, whether you got the right friends or not, whether you got enough money or not. It's not waiting on you specifically as a human to make up your mind what you should do and how you should do it. Evolution is happening with or without you. So it's asking you to change up your habits, change up your plans, change up your stubborn nature. We talked about this whole thing this whole week, did we not? Did we not? Hey, Nafan. Did we not talk about this? I love spirit working through me, y'all. Because even in my readings, there's always a way in which spirit comes right back to one. And a lot of people, depending on if you have the time or not, will leave and then come back or will abandon my broadcast. And that's not hurting my feelings. I'm saying that for a reason. They abandon it without getting the full picture. But there's always a full picture if you listen to the end. Spirit always brings it back to one. Am I right? Am I right? I'm just saying. This is the bringing it back to one. You got to abandon those things that you thought was so foolproof, y'all. That you thought would make you for the rest of your freaking life. Maybe not no more. Maybe not. The past lives, the past situations, they need to go. The habits need to go. It's time to be nice. If you were a bitch for most of your life. Squirrel. It's a weird example, but I'm just going to bring it up just because. The music industry is really, really interesting. And thank y'all for staying on here. You can leave if you want. But the music industry is really interesting. And a lot of industries in this capitalistic society, especially in the last 50 or 60 years or so, that have always said in order for you to obtain, in order for you to be the one in charge, you have to be the meanest, the most arrogant. You have to be the one that doesn't pay attention to frivolous questions or comments. You got to ignore folks. And if folks don't seem to be bringing you something of value, then you don't give them your attention. You don't give them your respect. That, my friends, is changing. And I'm so sick and tired of people operating in that way. The people who are, this is a straight download, y'all. Again, like I said, you can leave if you want, but it's a straight download in that if anything, if one of the things that we need to change about ourselves is the fact that we need to see each other in a more compassionate way, as opposed to seeing what kind of power you can garner from that person or a group of people, come on now, then change it. Because we're not living in that same capitalistic society. It's dying. It's burning as we speak. If that's not one of the past lives things, the habits, the thought forms, the perspective that you have to change, there's something. There's something. I just want y'all to pick it apart for yourselves. Be a little bit more creative, more imaginative. Peel back the dome just a little bit more, because it's not, at this point, it's not the obvious things. It's not losing weight. It's not getting money, or even though I'll bring up those examples. It's little nuances about yourself and about your way of being that you know damn well you need to change. That you know damn well you need to be nicer about some things. That you know damn well that you need to respond people's emails and people's phone calls so you can give them respect about who they are instead of plucking them off like a fucking peasant because they're not going to bring you Beyonce money. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I'm picking very interesting examples, but it all makes sense to me. Does it for you? What are the things about yourself that you know that's been holding you back? Have you been comparing yourself? Have you been sitting there going, I can't do this because Sonja does it? I can't do this because Rebecca does it? I can't do this the way that person does it, or saying the opposite. I want to do this, but I can't do it like them. So I'm going to compete with them. I'm going to push hard on them. Why? Why not create an alliance with them, motherfucker? And y'all both make money and split it down the middle. That's the days that we're walking into. We're not competing. We're not fighting. We're not trying to get to the edge and see who can get the faster car. Nobody cares about that any longer. And if that's one of the things, the habits that you need to change about your life, then hey, think about it. Go deep with it. Why are you an asshole? I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I think I spent enough time and took up enough of your time. And I'm very, 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 very grateful that you were absolutely patient and allowed me to deliver this information, especially on a day in which, as a human, it could be quite challenging. But at the same time, what lifts me is spirit flying through me. And what lifts me is the fact that you accept this information in such a clear and respectable manner. It makes me feel better already. So thank you. I appreciate your donations. I appreciate your prayers, your reflection. Just go out there and do the thing. If anything, just be better. That will help me. That will help your neighbor. That will help your people. I appreciate you coming out and seeing me on June 1st, July 6th, or August 10th at the Del Monte Speakeasy. I appreciate you coming to the world stage on May 14th. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you more than you know. Go out there and appreciate your goddamn self. All right? Okay. Adios. Adios.